Don't be discouraged. It don't matter. Let the world know that it don't matter. Be your own kind of beautiful. Curvy is so beautiful. Plus size is so wonderful. Being thick has benefits. I'm not your ordinary cheek. I've got a lot of love to share with little short and nappy hair. Taking time to let you know I'm my own kind of beautiful. Plus size is so wonderful. Being thick has benefits. I'm not your ordinary cheek. I've got a lot of love to share with little short and nappy hair. Taking time to let you know I'm my own kind of beautiful. So think it's your sexy girl. Don't you be ashamed.
Hey everybody, welcome to Jamila J's Girl Talk. We're here to educate you, enlighten you, and entertain you. We have a great show today, like every week. I have my co-host, which will be my special guest. He's an expert in this topic. We're going to talk about Black people in the Bible. We're going to talk about Black people historically. We're going to talk about Black people and rulers of Europe. They call I didn't know why they call the Dark Ages. So we're going to find out why. So, hey, Lay, how are you?
Yes. How everybody doing today? Listen, I want our base to know it's very important for us to wake up the mass of the people. We've been sleeping for over 400 and something years. And one thing I like about our sisters always push our button. And what I mean by that, you will have the men's when things take place, 99% of them, this will fall back and listen.
Yeah.
But when our sisters step up on the front line, we have no other choice but to take command.
But why do we have to be the ones that push it forward? I have a lot to lose. Some people may not like this topic. Maybe some people say, people always say I'll do too much. I don't care what people say. But why do we as women, and I'm going to say women of color, and I'm going to say Black women, we always got to push that button? Why do you think?
A lot of times, a lot of stuff don't mean too much to us at times, because 99% of the time we already know. So we would just sit back and just listen to the bull job.
Mm-hmm.
But our nature, when it comes down to our sisters, our nature is very protective of her.
Mm-hmm.
And when she stands up, we say to ourselves mentally, oh shit, here we go again. No. Here we go, nigga. Our sister. Man, I gotta get her off that front line. So I have no other choice but to stand up and take charge and do what we have to do. And you know what? This was part of history. You know, if you do research on the Native Americans, right? A lot of time when they have meetings, the men's will be there and the women's will be in the back.
Yeah.
So while the men's are talking, you know, the women's are listening, and the women's and they don't want to fight.
No.
The men's don't want to fight, but the women's be the one that's telling them, wake them up and say, listen, y'all got to get out there and fight.
But
Y'all gotta run them off. Y'all gotta run them off of our property.
Yeah.
Cause I'm gonna tell you now, cause if you don't, and they come on our property, they're gonna enslave us. They're gonna rape the daughters. They're gonna rape the mothers. They're gonna rape the grandmothers. And when a man had that automatically click a trigger. And it's mental. And she already painted a picture. He see the picture and he said, no, that shit ain't gonna happen. We going out there right now.
But you know, too late, and especially this topic about Black people in America, Black people in Africa, our history, it's not even for us, it's for our children, our grandchildren. That's why I think it's important. And, you know, once you're out in the virtual world, it'll never go back. So 20 years, 30 years from now, your grandkids can pick up this and say, hey, that's my granddad. He's telling the truth. We live in the truth right now. So to me, you know, maybe I answered my own question, but it's not even about us, you know, it's about the future. So let's get started. Let's get started. And I'm going to show you some images. I've had my notes. I've been researching this all night. So I am excited.
Yeah, let me expound on that one time. And I want you to really understand about other nationalities. When we had that war with the Arabs, what they said Bin Laden and his crew and so and so and so. Now, when he now this man, when he had a plan before he executed his plan, do you know who he went to sit down and talk to?
No, who?
He went down to south of Egypt. What's them people south of Egypt?
Ethiopia?
No. Next to anyway, I'm gonna mention them in a minute. He went down there and talked to the kings of Africa. He sat down there and evaded his plan to them. You know what they told him?
What?
They said, listen, if you getting ready to attack them Europeans, you make sure all of your people are willing to die.
Yeah.
He said, you make sure that they sign a contract that this mission they carrying out is to the death. He said, because if you don't, and them Europeans take over your property, your land, they're gonna enslave you just like they did the Black Americans right now.
Wow. All right, so let's start. So what we're gonna do is, like I said, I've done some research. You always say do your research, so I did a little research. So I'm gonna show you some images Um, and we're just going to talk about them, you know, and of course, it's going to be related to the Bible. It's going to be related to, um, let's go. Let me just show you. Here we go. So this is our first image of an Egyptian lady. Um, this is, where's my notes? This was before, even like, when I guess it was Ethiopia was the um, first first country, part of civilization. And these are the original Egyptians. Talk about her. I think this might be Queen. This is Queen Tiye, Tiye. You know her? Anything about her, Lay?
Yeah, Queen Tiye. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not mistaken, Queen Tiye husband had died,
Mm-hmm.
and she took over the kingdom.
Mm-hmm. Look at her hair, her skin. These are the original Egyptians. Okay, let's go to the next one. See, this is now this is King Tut. This is kind of he's brown, right? But look at the nose and then the eyes. This is a European, I want to say watered down version of King Tut, but this is another picture of him. No, that's not King Tut. I have another, hold on, let me get the other picture of King Tut.
Have you seen the Somalians?
No, no. Okay, this is another King Tut, but I have another King Tut that is. Oh, this is a real King Tut, Lay.
Yeah.
That's the real King Tut.
That's real. The real King Tut. He definitely was definitely a black man.
Yes.
Really, really dark.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, you know, in reality, Egypt used to be a colony of a country.
Hmm. Colony of what country?
Ethiopia.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Egypt was a colony from Ethiopia.
Hmm.
Egypt start expanding and development, being real creative. I guess it was the pharaoh that was in that wanted them to be really developed, and so they start experiment on different things, to be developed, and
Right.
that's how
Right.
they became what they are now. They started with agriculture and things of that nature
Hmm.
because they had to survive. So
Right.
to
Right.
survive, you have to invent ways and learn how to survive off of the earth.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what they have done.
All right. So this is the European King Tut, and this is the Black King Tut.
Yeah. Well, don't get it misunderstood because you see him having a straight nose.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why I asked y'all, have y'all ever seen the Somalians?
Okay. Okay.
The Somalians is real dark, real pretty dark skin, and real curly silk hair
Hmm.
with straight nose.
Somalians. Hmm.
Yeah, so that's in our DNA.
Yeah, yeah.
If, of course, you see a black man or a black woman with a straight nose, that does not mean that he had the DNA of the European, because everything come out of us anyway.
Yes, yeah, yeah. All right, let me go on to the next one. I'm trying to keep my notes here. So we got that's King Tut. Now this is Queen Nefertiti. Tell us about her, Lay.
Nefertiti was a very unique woman,
Mm,
very smart, very attractive, thick lips, broad nose. She was serious about her kingdom. And this
mm,
is, I forgot, I forgot this country south of Egypt. They were very, very powerful back in the day. When Egypt had problems and couldn't handle it,
mm-hmm.
Egypt would ask for their assistance.
Wow. What country is that?
And Sudan, that's it, Sudan.
Oh, Sudan.
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 Listen, Sudan got a history. All the statues and all of that invented down in Sudan.
Mm.
This is why
Something.
when you go to Egypt and you look at Egypt, but you really don't see all of Egypt until you go south of Egypt, where they got the Valley of the Kings.
Mm. Valley of the Kings.
Yeah, that's down there by Sudan.
Okay.
Now, what happened? Sudan, where you see all of these superheroes now that
Uh-huh.
the Europeans got, they got them from Sudan.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
They took them from Sudan.
What do you mean the superheroes like Hulk and
Superman,
Superman?
Thor, all of
Wow.
them come from out of Sudan. These
Mm.
was African in real time.
Wow.
They have a book on them.
Wow. Wow. All right, let's keep going. Keep going. I told you was gonna like this. Let's see, who is this? These are, I really love these images because the hair. If you look at the hair, of course, the noses, and these are not skinny women either. Like these are Egyptian, women, but they look like us. You know,
Well, they look at them. No, we look like them because
we
they
look
was
like
here
them.
first.
Excuse me, you're right. We look like them.
We look like them. We come
Yeah.
from out of their DNA.
Right. 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 Right.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? These are part of the foundation of society.
Hmm. But
You know
look
what I
at
mean?
their hips. They're not little skinny, women. They're
No, no. Well,
women.
some of
Yeah.
them is boutique, but the majority of the women come from out of Africa, even to this day,
Yeah.
shaped like a bottle.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
honestly,
No.
this
No.
is how
Yeah.
they invented a bottle.
Oh, the Coca-Cola bottle.
A bottle, period.
Wow.
From
Like
out
the
of
the
Africa.
eighth the shape like.
That's right.
Oh,
A
yeah.
bottle.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is where they get it from.
Wow. I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
You know,
But I
even back
know.
at the time of Queen Latifah. Listen, this is why I say that the woman, and I'm talking about black woman, is the most unique woman in the world.
Hmm. Yeah.
and they don't even know it. Let me
They
tell
don't
you
know.
how Queen Latifah was. They send the Roman Empire send a leader of the army to go and conquer Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
All of them was there. And Queen Latifah was in her room. But if you come out her room on the balcony, you could look at all of Egypt.
Hmm.
And when they was down outside, she came from out of her room onto a balcony. She was covered up. Because this is how the woman was. That's the culture.
Yeah. Yeah.
She was covered up. None of them knew how she looked.
Hmm.
The general of the Roman Empire got close where he could see her. She took off her veil and they never went back home.
That's how the Romans got it. That's how the Romans got into Egypt.
Well, they job was to go to Egypt and conquer Egypt.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But you always heard about Queen Latifah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
always heard about her. Always, even around the world, they always heard about her. So
Yeah.
they wanted to see how she looked.
Huh.
That was the worst thing they could have done. They should have just went there and conquer and catch her and then see her later on. They
All
was
right. Let's move on.
they
There's
was
a.
right above bottom of her room from the
Wow.
balcony. She took off her veil. She was so black. She looked blue and was
Wow.
pretty. And they
Wow.
never went back.
Once you go black, you don't go back. All right. Let's
And,
keep going.
and honestly, that's true.
All right. There's another Egyptian figure that, okay, we got their DNA, but I love the hair. You know, our hair is so different than any other nationality, you know, and to see these beautiful Egyptian and, you know, historical people with their hair, like in cornrows and locks and braids.
Well,
It says a lot.
again, this is where all the development come from.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? They the one that developed locks. They the one that developed the banks with the woman.
Mm-hmm.
But the things
Yeah,
that they were using for their hair was all natural.
yeah, yeah,
So if
yeah,
you feeding your body everything that comes from the ground, is not going to be nothing but the best.
yeah, yeah. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, so this is another one. Let's
Yeah.
see if I. Yeah, this is another one. Yeah, it's their hair and it just says a lot to me. You know,
It
this
speaks
this
for
is where we
itself.
come from. Like you said, this is the people where we come from,
It
and we don't
speaks for
even know
itself.
it. We don't even know it. We're taught to hate ourselves. We're taught to hate our hair, our skin, and this is the people who were here before anybody else. God created these people, our people, where we have their DNA before anybody else. And all this has been hidden. When I was looking for these images, I had to dig because when you I would go to Google Images, and the first page is all white images. And then way at the bottom, just keep going, keep going, keep going. That's where I found these images. So it's there, but you got to look for it. You got to
Well,
look for it.
it's way at the bottom. Do you know why it's way at the bottom?
Yeah, I know. Because the first page is like, oh, it's not there. They're not brown people or people of color, in Egypt and around the world. So you want to stop, you want to quit. It's like, oh, it's not there. Okay, let me go on to something else. But if you keep, because I knew it was there, I kept digging and digging and digging. I kept looking. But if you don't know it's there, and these are the first images you saw were of fair skinned Europeans that are Egyptians or Africans or, what is it, from Jerusalem, from Judah, then you say, oh, these people are Europeans, you know?
Well,
So you can't hide that hair. You can't hide the skin.
well, if you have a Facebook, and if you had your Facebook for 5 years,
Mhm.
if you put your first picture on it and keep putting pictures on it, all the first picture is going to be at the bottom.
Yeah, you're right. Yep, you're
So
right.
your young picture is going to be at the bottom. Your old picture is going to be at the top because you don't spend 5 years.
Yes, yeah.
And I'm saying that to say that's how you could tell the original people because they had been at the bottom and all the European try to come and take over.
After this, yeah. That's a good
But
point, Lay.
this is why they said the first is last and the last
Is
is first.
first. Yeah, yeah. All right. Let's see. Let's go on. Now, this is a prophet. It's Nahum, Nahum. Nahum the prophet. Now, I'm not sure. I've never heard of him in the Bible, in the King James Bible. Are you familiar with him, Lay?
Who is he, Naeem?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Who is he?
Well, he was one of the prophets from back in the day.
Yeah.
All the prophets and everything, religion, all of that come from out of Egypt. Egypt is the foundation of the world. Is this like if you read a book
Mm-hmm.
and you were telling me about that book?
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't tell me that book verbatim. You would tell me your interpretation. So by the time you tell it to me, a lot of things done change.
Yeah, yeah.
And this is how they did the Egypt.
Mm.
Even when it came down to Jesus, so and so, immaculate birth, Mary, Mary and her baby. Mary is from Egypt.
Yeah,
Mary, the Black Madonna is from Egypt.
yeah,
When you see the Black Madonna with the baby in her hand, the European copy that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
This is why I tell y'all need to read this book called Stolen Legacy.
Legacy, stolen legacy.
Yeah,
Do you
Stolen.
know the author who wrote it?
I think it's Janet something.
Okay,
I forgot her name. I read this book back in '95.
okay, stolen legacy.
Stolen Legacy.
Okay,
And it is what it sounds.
yeah.
Stolen. Somebody stole something from you,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't belong to you.
Yeah,
And people know it doesn't belong to you. And the people you stole it from saying you must give it back because it's not yours.
yeah, yeah. I think the majority of people, I'm going to say us, people of color, they don't know. They don't know. And once you know, it's like you woke, so we're slowly waking up. And when you when you know who you are, it's no joke, because you hold your head up a little higher. You don't have to get high every day. You
You know,
don't have to have a beard to wake up with, or a joint to smoke.
right,
When you know who you are, it's just a whole different perspective. You walk,
right,
I'm going to say, I walk in a lot of power,
right,
because wherever I go, I demand respect. I walked
right,
into the store today, and the lady saying hi, she didn't say hi to me. It's like, well, should I say something? It's like, no, it's a time and a place, right?
right.
But I'm like, I'm always on it,
Yeah,
because you see yourself as the way God sees you and the way God created us.
right.
God didn't create us to be on no corner, sagging our pants, to, cursing and, twerking all over the place. God created us to hold our heads up high, because we are an extension of Him.
Well, I
You
disagree
know,
with that twerking stuff.
you like that?
I mean, that's in our nature.
It is. It is.
You
It
know,
is. But
people,
I mean, it's a time and a place.
sisters out here doing it, they don't even know why they're doing it.
Yeah.
But where did dancing or all of that come from? Look
Yeah.
at video, go and research Africa, and you will see them dancing with no clothes on.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
This is why that kid Fat Joe, he been there, he read, he understand. He told his people, he said, listen, y'all think y'all doing something or y'all invented something. Y'all ain't invented a goddamn thing. All of this come from out of Africa.
Well, my sister was tweaking when we were kids. We called it something else, but it's the same. It's the same
You know,
thing. I had a
and they
video.
using it as being bad because we do it. When
Yeah. Yeah.
everything we
That's
do is
old.
bad. When they
Yeah.
pick it up and do it, they use another definition for it and make it sound good. No, we
Yeah.
love what we do.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
like the jury, they saying that if black young kids wear diamonds and rings, and they drug dealers.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean? So
Mm-mm.
they labeling us.
Yeah.
Anybody can label us all they want, but it's in us to know who the hell we are.
Yeah. Let's see if we have any
Label,
comments, Lay.
they will
Let's.
label us, and when
Yeah.
we stop, because we feel bad about it, and here they got that shit on.
But you know what? How I feel about, like, I thought about like gold, why we like gold. Because in Africa, there's like gold or like rocks, right? Gold is like rocks. That's why the European came and conquered us. Why do we like diamonds? There's diamond mines all over Africa. Why do we like to dress? Even like back in the 30s and 40s, you see these black men with suits and ties and looking very nice. But then you see the other people, they got on jeans, and that's who we are.
That's
You
right.
we can't
We can't
hide who we are no matter
power
what.
over people. Listen, gold and all of that.
Hmm.
Look all on this earth. Where's the most gold, the most diamond, the most copper, the most
Yeah,
chocolate?
natural resources.
It's in
Yeah,
Africa.
natural
When
resources. Yeah,
God, when God made this earth, He made it for Africans.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Africa, they sucked the blood out of Africa so much, and now it's so much stuff that God gave us.
hmm,
Look at all the European countries. It developed all the European countries.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
If it wasn't for Africa, they wouldn't be who they are.
Mm. You want to read the comments?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. Let's see if we can do this. Now, can you see it?
Braids. Sky said braids.
Braids. Okay. Let's see now.
I can't dress like that every day. Sky. We are
Hey,
royalty.
Sky.
We are royalty by nature. You right.
Yes. Amen. Yeah.
We are the foundation of life. No, we are life.
We are life. We are life.
We have a salute of Black Madonna in Boston, in the Grove Hall,
Mm.
and Roxenberg. That's right.
Roxbury. Yeah,
Yeah,
Roxbury.
yeah.
Oh, you guys have a statue of the black. They have a statue of the
They
Black
have a
Madonna.
statue. Yeah, they have
Wow.
a statue.
Wow.
They know
I
the
bet people probably don't even know about it. They just walk right by it. Don't, Black people probably don't even know. Huh?
Speak, Jamila. Jay.
See.
Dancing is expression of joy.
Yeah, it is. It is.
And it's also dancing is also dancing for the God.
Yeah.
Yes. Sky say yes.
Yeah. Thank you, Sky. Thank you. All right, let's see if we go back to our pictures, and we appreciate your comments and your opinion. You may have a different perspective. We respect that. So keep your comments coming. We appreciate you. Here goes another one. I go back.
Salam alaikum wa alaikum salam rahmatullahi kabatu. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah.
All right. Alhamdulillah. Let's go back to the picture. Let's go back to the pictures. Okay, here we go. See, you guys got me working really hard now. Let's see. All right, let's move back in the pictures. Okay. Now this, oh my God, Lay. So this is, oh God, I can't even pronounce his name. So we get into the Dark Ages, and he was the king of Germany in the 2111 AD. Let me find his name. It's like Septimus Severus. He was the king of Germany, and I think I have his. They call it the family crest. So we're getting into the Dark Ages now, and how Blacks ruled Europe during the Black Ages. They call it the Dark Ages because they pretend like they didn't know what was going on. But during the Dark Ages, the Black people ruled Europe. There was the kings, and you go ahead. You talk about it. You know about this.
Let me clarify what they mean by the Dark Ages.
Okay.
The Dark Ages, when Europe wasn't even taking showers or baths. They said the queen was the cleanest person in Europe, and she took a bath twice a year.
Mm-hmm.
They said, I read a book where they said some people went down in England to see the queen. They said when they got a certain distance to the city, it was the odor that he couldn't bear it. And they were saying, how in the hell them people could live there?
Mm.
But they was immune to it.
Yeah. Immune to the funk. I have to say.
When you're around a certain odor for years and years, you be immune to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
We the one that taught them how to take care of themselves.
Yeah.
We the one that taught them what they know now.
Yeah.
And people want to know why these Europeans hate us so much.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I told them, listen, y'all need to do your research. If you do your research, not on the United States, do your research on Africa, because this is where we come from.
Right. 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 But Lay, I was looking at, I found the family crest, and actually I had to take a picture. Let me see. I had to take a picture from the YouTube page I got most of this information from. And so what is the family crest? And then some people call it coat of arms. But the European is saying that, oh, we just put these black people on there. They wasn't really like the kings and queens. But that's not true. Because when I Googled family crest, coat of arms during the Dark Ages, it was nothing but black pictures. Like this one says Blackmore, and I think this was in England, but they're trying to change the definition to say something different. Do you know anything about that?
Well, they're gonna do that. Yeah, they're gonna do that.
16 hours.
If I take over Cali, I'm going to deny everything that y'all say that it is. I'm going to deny it.
Yeah.
Even though deep I know. But I'm going to say, no, y'all wrong. No. But this is why I'm saying, you have to do your history to really know what the hell is going on.
Yeah.
You know, if you do your history, why we are so hated so much, because we are God people.
Yes.
We are the developer of civilization. We are the one that taught people how to take care of themselves, even during the time of slavery.
Yes. Yeah.
Even when slavery was over, the only one that know how to work was us, because we were taking care of everybody.
Yeah.
Europeans, they couldn't survive.
Yeah.
So this is why they reversed things and they stopped us from doing this, and they started doing it because they was really handicapped then.
Yeah. After the turn of the century, the 1900s, I mean, blacks were thriving. You look at the Black Wall Street and all these things that black people have accomplished, and they burned it down. They poisoned the water. All our accomplishments. They created the Ku Klux Klan to scare us. Because we were thriving after slavery. Didn't know the language, didn't know the culture, but we created
development in the United States. Come down to lights, computers, Instagram,
everything.
And all of that. We have done that. They had a young kid, 16, 17 years old, the one that came out with Snapchat, Instagram, and sold it to, what you call them in now?
Who created the internet? Who created the GPS? Who created the cell phone? Yeah, cell phone. Okay, this is something I found. Can you read that? I don't know if you can see it, but it's it's called the Family Crest, and it kind of explains what I was trying to talk about.
It's a family crest. All right, now European Dark Age, year 600 to 1600. Now, do you know where this family crest come from?
No.
All right, if you ever see an Islamic flag and you will see a half moon, that half moon represent life. That half moon represent a woman vagina.
Hmm.
When the egg go in, the sperm go in, where do it sit? It sit on a caress.
It said on the crest. What do
A
you?
crest is similar to a woman's vagina, like
Mhm.
this. It's like this. Then you put
Huh.
it sideways. It's like that.
Hmm. I wish I had a picture of that so I could see that visual image. I can't see it right
When the
now, but
baby comes from up top, the baby come down like, let me see, like this. Then it go into a caress.
oh, okay,
It goes into a
okay,
caress.
the
That's
curve of
where the
the
scar
vagina.
come
Okay.
from. That's the beginning of life.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah. I
And
got
this
you.
is very important that y'all read these books, Signs and Symbols of a Pre-Modern Man. You
Okay.
have to
Signs and
read
symbols of a
Signs and Symbols of Pre-Modern Man.
pre-modern man. Okay.
And you have to read Stolen Legacy.
Okay. Okay. So this is one of the family crests. This guy was the king of Scotland.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
you know, again,
Yeah.
you know, if you do the history on migrations, you will see Samson, that they call Samson,
Mm-hmm.
the strongest man or whatever, and that girl cut his hair. His
Yeah. Yeah.
people
Delilah.
came from out of Africa. Do
Yeah.
you know where they went?
Where?
They went out to what's the name of that country? The people got the red hair, the beard, the big thick nose. It's a European country.
Oh, Scotland.
No,
Ireland.
no,
Ireland.
no, no, no. I got to think of them.
Ireland or
That's where
Scotland.
some people is at. They got history to go back 700 to 800 years.
That's Ireland. They have the red hair, I think.
No, they
Or
and a lot of
Scotland.
and a lot of them women being the races. I got to think of them.
Like a track and field.
Yeah, yeah. Now,
Are they big people, big
even
women?
Africa ran Russia, Africa ran Britain, Africa ran France,
Yeah.
Africa ran Germany. These
Yeah.
was where all kings and stuff was at.
Yeah, that's what the first guy that I put on, he was the king of Germany. Let me see if I can find his crest. Okay, this is another one. Oh, this is his crest right here. Yeah. Yeah, he was the king of
You know,
Germany.
just like what Queen Elizabeth did. Her grandmother, her great grandmother is black.
Yeah.
But what she did, she suppressed all the information, made them
Mhm.
take her picture down.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But that girl Megan did her history. She did her research. She know.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, just like Germany. If you read how many European countries was involved in slavery, you'd be surprised how many that wasn't. Russia was not involved with slavery.
Mm.
Russia had too many pictures of a statue of black people. Back in the time when they when it was end of slavery,
Mhm.
you had a lot of black people left the United States and went to Russia.
I
And
didn't know
when they
that.
got there, the Russians opened their arms to them.
I didn't know a lot of slaves went to Russia. I know they went to Canada,
Yeah, yeah.
but
But they
I
went to
didn't know
Russia.
about Russia.
They went to
Yeah,
Russia.
yeah. We have a comment, Lane. You want to read it?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you see it?
No, I can't see it.
Okay, hold on. This up there.
I
Let me
still see Assalamu alaikum.
Okay, let's see. Have any new comments? Okay, yeah. So, oh, okay. We're talking about
The Moors had the family crest.
and then
The Moors, okay. Us, that was Scott saying. The Moors, okay, we know that. Yes, late speak. Yeah. What is that? Is why Amin love Scotland.
Oh, okay. Idi Amin?
Yeah.
Okay. Then that one.
Paul Robinson went to Russia.
Oh, Paul Robeson. Yeah. Okay.
See, you got to understand. Like I said, you remember the time of Marlon Sterling? Marlon Sterling at that time was the president of Russia. And he really ran Russia with an iron fist. So
what years was that? Was that like AD, before Christ or after Christ?
No,
Or...
this was like before when Hitler was all involved.
Okay.
Okay, now when the slave went to left United States, they went to a lot of them went to Russia. And at that time, they used to go to a lot of stage plays and stuff like that. And some of the slaves came into one of them plays they were doing. And it was nothing but Europeans in there. When the woman came in there with her kids and she had a baby, they took her kid from her. Soon as she got in the door, the European woman grabbed the baby and was hugging him, was kissing him. Then another European took the baby from the other European and was hugging her, kissing her. Before you know it, the baby been all the way up in the front. Now, this was the time Marlon Sterling was president of Russia. Somebody did a movie of that. And they said Marlon Sterling, he used to look at this movie at least over 100 times. They said that was his best movie, the way they embrace it and kiss the baby and pass it around. That was his best movie.
Wow.
And
that was his favorite movie?
Yeah. I'm saying that to say, I don't give a damn what Russia do. Russia is not fucking with black people.
No, I think they never have. They never have.
They never had slaves.
Did they colonialize any place in Africa?
Well, if they did business with Africa, they always did business on the up. You would never go and say, "Oh, the Russian did this," or no. They sat down with the people, did business, and that was it.
Okay. All right. Let's see what else we have here, Lay. I told you was gonna like this. All right. This is another family credit. To me, this is evidence. They can, do a lot of things to hide it, but to me, this is evidence that we were rulers of Europe during these dark ages, right?
Yeah. And this is what I'm saying. Y'all have to get this book called Signs and Symbols of the Pre-Model Man.
Signs and symbols. Yeah.
Where do people get all of that from? They got it from Egypt. Egypt was the first one to come out with signs and symbols. What was the sign? the sign with the big statue of the Egyptians.
Mm.
So this is how you know when certain people been a certain place, because they got them big statue all around the world.
Yeah, yeah,
This is how they write.
yeah, yeah. And this is Belgium. This is Belgium. Okay, a few more. This is Belgium.
See the two lions on the left and the right side?
Mm-hmm.
Then you have the eagle in the middle. You know what the eagle represent?
That's America's.
No, that's not. That's, well, America got it from Egypt.
Right. What does the Egypt
The
represent?
eagle represent controlling the sky. That means an eagle could go anywhere in the world.
Hmm.
And an eagle so fast, he could get in and out. But you have two lions on the left and right.
What does that symbolize?
The left symbolizes the west, the right symbolizes the east.
Hmm.
The sun rises from the east and settle on the west.
Okay.
When they said, let's go get light, the light is in where? The east. This is where everything is developed from.
Hmm.
And also the lion represent what is the most vicious animal in the jungle? The lion.
The lion.
The lion represent protection of that country.
Hmm.
They're going to fight into the death.
Yeah. Okay. One more. This one is the Archbishop of Germany, Munich. They had a black archbishop.
You see the two black men in the middle of that?
Mm-hmm.
And you see the two green stuff on the left and right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what that represent, right?
No, what?
That represent a scale. The scale is equal.
Mm. Mm.
The scale is balanced.
Right.
And the two black people from south, north to south.
Wow. All right, we educating today. We're educated. I'm getting educated too. So there's some more. I mean, if you Google coat of arms family crest, you're gonna see none but black people. This is the Black Moor. Do you know what this is about, Lay? Because I didn't have time to really research this, but do you know anything? Because there was a lot of them that said Black Moor. Is that the Moors from the Bible, or what are these?
It's the Moors.
Yeah.
The Moors.
Is that the crest you were talking about, those half moons?
Yeah.
In the middle?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's the beginning of life.
Mm.
This is why they said a woman is life. A woman is a village. Everything comes from out of her.
Yeah.
This is why Farrakhan said, you put your hands on our woman, we're going to kill you.
Yeah. Next one. I'm not sure what countries this is from, but you have that crest. Oh, Lay, look, you have the crest moon and then you have the stars. It kind of looks like Islamic, huh?
Yeah. Well, this is why the Islamic have the half moon represent life.
Hmm.
And the stars represent what? A woman.
Hmm.
They usually have the star on the end of that crest right there hanging on.
Yeah.
Because that's the seed of the baby.
Okay. What about this? Is it a hammer in his hand? What is that in his hand, you think?
Well, it looked like a hammer or something like that. What do
Of a
hammer
tool.
represent?
A tool.
A tool of building or a tool of perfection,
Yeah, yeah,
protection. You come
yeah.
over here, I'm gonna knock you upside your damn head. We gonna protect this.
Yeah, and then it has 1598 in the far corner. I don't know if it's AD or when, but I think this is something that I'm going to continue to research because this is fascinating, you know. I mean, there's so many of them. No, this one is nice.
All
This
of
is
them is different countries.
they
Yeah,
represent
all
different
different
countries.
countries that the Europeans got now.
Yeah, yeah. And when I tried to I looked in Wikipedia and they said, oh, it has something to do with the name, the family name. And it's like, it doesn't make sense. These are the kings that ruled during the Dark Ages. Why don't they just say that? You know? Yeah. The next one is, I think
See,
that's,
this is why the Europeans are so scared now. Oh, this is when Paul something went to Russia. See what it say right there?
ah, okay.
I think
Yeah.
Scott said that. Yeah,
Okay.
that's when he went
Okay.
out to Russia.
Yeah. Oh, Paul Robeson went to Russia.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a few more. One is very important. I'm learning as we do this. But this one, you know who that is?
No.
That's King James. He ruled England and I think Scotland, and that's the King James Bible.
Right.
He organized all these scholars, to put together God's word. And it included, I think the Bible was originally 66 books. And then I think in the 1400s, they got together and they deleted, the things that were, I guess, empowering and
Well,
they
not
changed the
that it
Bible.
was empowering.
Yeah.
They deleted everything that had to deal with Black people.
Yeah.
It probably been pictures and all of that. It probably talk about certain areas,
Yeah.
Africa, and all of that's Black.
Yeah. Yeah. So
But
they
what he
deleted
did,
a lot.
this was the process of changing society.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because, the books that they had out, all us had, we knew what was going on. Now, I'm the king.
Mm-hmm.
My range reached from the United States all the way to Egypt, all the way to the Middle East. I run all of that. Now,
Right.
listen, I know them books that they got out there controlling the people. Is speaking about them, got pictures of them. I'm going to change that. I'm going to get my best writers and have them sit down at the table and start changing these books up. Now,
Yeah.
I'm looking at the bigger picture. If we do it now, in generations and generations, they will forget about what was then and look
Mm-hmm.
at what's now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And not even saying King James was a homosexual.
Ah, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
This is why when you see all of them kings back in that time, you see all the king going to the function and they got some little boys with them look like little girls. That's their little boys.
Wow, I didn't know that. I didn't know
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
I'm telling you, I had an Italian friend of mine,
Mm-hmm.
right? This was back when I was doing a lot of research and everything. So I already been on top of my game. as far as researching and stuff. So he got into a conversation with some people, and I came up and I heard the conversation, and it was dealing like with black people. So once I heard the conversation, I can't just go ahead and lie. So I told him, I said, man, where you heard that from? What books you been reading? I said, no, let me tell you something. I said, man, you are a Sicilian. Do you know how you became a Sicilian? Do you know what a Sicilian is? A Sicilian is people that have black blood. Where that black blood come from? It came from Hannibal. When he conquered south of Italy.
Wow.
Stayed there 700 and something years. Now, I said, look at your history. The majority of the men in Italy is homosexuals. This is in your nature. He said, what? I said, man, listen, you heard me.
Hannibal.
It's in your nature. Read back in the day. Read your history. Y'all love little boys. Look all the cardinals and people in the church. Y'all love little boys. Man, he never talked to me since.
Wow. But if you look at those statues in Italy, you'll see like
it will be
the Greeks.
It will be the features of the face is a woman, but the body is a man. So what that goes to tell you?
And then you see a lot of little boys with these Greek gods, or it's
this
very
is what they practice.
This very.
This is why all the cardinals and churches is doing what they doing. This ain't new to them. They know the history of their people. This is in their blood. This is their DNA. They homosexual. And how could you be a man of God? What did God do? God told Lot, you take your people and leave out that back door, leave your wife. Because she's involved with that. I'm going to kill all of them.
Yeah. And let's see if we have any more comments. Y'all got me working hard today. I just have to say that. All right, let's go back to, let's see if we have any new comments here. Did we get, let's see this one. Okay, we just go to this one. Share. Okay, read that one, Lay.
The first president of the so-called United States was a Moor king.
Okay. Let's see.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. When I was doing my research on the United States, or when I got incarcerated, I said it's time for me to change my life. So the first thing I did, I tried to find me a base in God. I already was a Christian, but I had to research that. I had to research Judaism, and I researched Islam. When I did my research on Islam and did my research on slavery, I found out that the majority of the people, Africans came here, 90-something% was Muslims. So if 90% of the people came to this earth of the United States, that means all of us was Muslims. At that time, they wasn't enslaving Christians. They couldn't do that because they was a Christian. But they were fighting the Moors back in the 1500 up in Spain. So they would take the Moors and bring them over here, enslave them.
What religion was the Moors? Were they Muslim or Christians, or
Muslim?
Was it Christianity then? That was before.
It was Christianity. That's who they were fighting.
Okay. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's go back to the comments here. Okay.
What's that? Hannibal lived for 1,000 years? Well, you got to understand. Look in the Bible. They said Moses, Solomon lived 900 years. How did they do that? Because they were eating the right stuff. They wasn't injecting no chemicals and stuff like that. That came out when the European got in power. They did all of that crazy stuff.
Yeah.
We wasn't doing that.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're gonna I guess we're gonna wind it down. It's almost 1:30. We got started a little late. We had to do an instant replay here, but I think it was worth it. I wanted to make sure we reached out to, as many people as we can, during this broadcast. I just hope that people will find us on YouTube and, use it for your Black history. Every day is Black history, but February, people, need something to talk about. Slavery. We didn't start with slavery. There's a rich history before slavery. And now we're woke. Now we're talking about it. And now we want to share what we have to the world, especially our children, our grandchildren. We're woke now. So, lady, you said some people may not like this, but you know what? I like it.
Again, if anybody want to know why these Europeans are doing what they doing, it's because they know who we are.
Yeah, it's nothing new.
I will remember about 10 to 15 years, maybe 20 years ago, Donald Trump made a statement to P. Diddy. They were going through something was taking place, or they were trying, P. Diddy and they were trying to get to a certain plateau. And Donald Trump made a statement. He said, man, only if y'all know who y'all are.
Yeah.
Only
we find it now. We know now
who y'all are.
We didn't know, but now we know, huh?
The Chinese said, listen, don't wake them up. They said, don't wake who up? He said, listen, these people is a giant. They are a sleeping giant. Please don't wake them up. Because if they wake them up, it's all over. So in other words, he's saying if the Black people know who they are, they're going to take back over.
Yeah. We don't know who we are, but they surely do. And they try to hide it from us every day, every way that they can. How can the people that work day in and day out be shiftless and lazy? I used to think about that. What are they talking about? Shiftless and lazy. Oh, our IQ is we're inferior to the Europeans when we built the White House. We built this building here in LA, the Capitol Music Building. I mean, we invented everything, electricity, the ironing board, the cotton gin. Historically, we built everything here in America. How can our IQ be lower than theirs? I mean, yeah, lower than theirs. So it's time to wake up.
Well,
Either you gonna love us or you gonna hate us. It don't make me any difference. But whenever we have the opportunity to talk about Black people, our culture, our history, it didn't start with slavery. It started back with God, with Jesus, with the tribe of Judah. This is our culture. This is our legacy. And then I was watching an old Donahue show, and they had this guy. He did a movie about a Black Jesus. This had to be like in '93 or something. And they had people calling on the show. It's like, well, it doesn't matter. Well, if it don't matter, why was Charlton Heston Jesus and Moses and all the white people and Elizabeth Taylor, Cleopatra, if it don't matter? If it don't matter, why didn't they not tell the truth instead of putting these false images in our heads and in our children's heads? These all people were Black. They were all Africans. How can you, being a European, live in a place where it's 110 degrees? You got to be Black or you're going to fry. Your DNA, your millennium, you got to have some millennium in there. So, I mean, these are the lies that's been told to us. And we woke now.
This, like they said, that the Jews is God chosen people. We are them.
Jews are not a race. We
are God chosen people.
We are chosen people.
We are the people that they've been talking about.
Yeah, we are God's chosen people. Yeah.
And they use reverse psychology, have us thinking it's somebody else. It's us.
Yeah, yeah. What did you say? How can you go? You were Black, during biblical times, and then you turn white. How do you do that? The Jewish people were Black.
Process of reverse psychology.
Tribe of Judah was.
You got to understand.
Yeah.
The Europeans learned from the Egyptians. Egyptians were the first one that came out with psychology, reverse psychology, and
medicine.
That's
they
right.
said that DC is laid out just like Egypt.
Just like
yeah.
And they learned the effect of psychology, and they applied it on their own civilization dealing with Black people.
Yeah.
If you young and you see Superman every goddamn day and you know Superman is not real, what you gonna believe when you get older? Superman.
Yeah.
And that's what happened to us.
Yeah. But we were Superman. Right. We were Superman. We were the Incredible Hulk.
All the superheroes, and they got a book on it. They have a book of the Africans that played them roles.
Wow. Now, this is the king of, this guy was the king of Germany. That's a different picture of him, the Black version. So, yeah. Let's see if there's any more comments before we get out of here. Thank you, Professor Lele. I know you was going to bring it. He didn't even know the topic.
No, I didn't know the topic. I really, really didn't know the topic. But
He was.
sometimes,
Were you surprised?
yeah, I wouldn't speak about certain things because a lot of people is not ready for it. But if somebody is in my circumference and start speaking about things, automatically my brain is like a computer. It will run into it, find it. When it find it, it will come out.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, let's see. We got another. Let me try to do these comments before we go away. Yeah. And you guys catch us on My TV 26. We'll be airing on there. Um,
Starting with
probably next month. My TV 26 is in it's between LA and Oakland. So it's kind of central California. So if anybody that lives there will be on My 26. As soon as I can get the videos to the owner of the station. So check us out there, Choice TV. Go to Ruco, type in CHOYCE, Choice TV. We're there. Where else are we, Lay? We're here on YouTube and Facebook. Make sure you like us, share. And we just appreciate you. We're growing, and but we are being true to ourselves. We're being true to who we are. And I'm not going to forget about the plus size and all of that, but there's many dimensions and many things to share, because we do have this platform. You want to read that one?
I love the show because this reminds me of my mother and father would do every Friday to Monday, keeping us awake. I love and respect you, Mama and Papa, for sharing the truth.
Yeah.
And you got to understand another thing. See, this is what the Jews used to do. The Jews would send their kids to public school. And when they come home, they have to learn about Jews.
Yeah. Let me go up. We had other comments. I guess she left. We had another comment. My friend I met in New York, she said, "Good evening, brothers and sisters. We send blessings out to you." Let's see. I'm gonna read this comment, Lay.
My TV 26 will be airing also on October 22nd.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So, any last words? Like I said mostly what I needed to say. Do you have any last words?
Yes. For all our fans, for everybody to follow us. We have a habit when we speak about of a nationality, we always speak about blacks and Hispanics. But if any other nationality speak about nationality, they always speak about themselves and nobody else. What we got to do, we got to stop worrying about other people and speak about us. Because at the end of the day, nobody felt the effects for 400 and something years than us.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So we want to thank you guys for watching. Please share. Feel free to use this on Black History Month. Every day is Black History, but this is some good information. You always want to do your own research. Google it. You'll see what I see. There is a video. It's a 4-part video lay. It's called Negro Land, and this guy, I think he's a pastor. He really breaks everything down. Um, so it's a 4-part series on YouTube. If you Google it, Negro Land, you'll see Pastor Darby's Negro Land, but this one is a 4-part series, and it goes into depth about everything that we're talking about. And he has a lot of pictures. He has a lot of biblical references. So you cannot miss it. If this really intrigues you and you want to learn more, because that's how I started researching this. Somebody sent me a video of Negro Land in my inbox, and I watched it, and I just couldn't believe it. And then I just started researching and looking for more information. And when I started researching, I came up with this one too. So, always do your own research, and find your own truth. We just thank you for watching Jamila J. Girl Talk. We're here to entertain you, educate you, and entertain you. So I hope we did both this week, Lay. And we're going to peace out. You ready?
Yes.
We're going to peace out, and I'm going to play the outro so that we'll have it when we are on my TV 26. So they'll kind of know who we are and all that good stuff. So we're going to peace out. Ready?
Yes.
1, 2, 3.
Peace.
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 All right. Let me do it one more time. All right. And bless everybody. You guys have a blessed week. Be safe out there. And we see you next Sunday. Blessings in your house, your family, your finances, your children, your grandchildren, your job. Blessings. All right. Bye.